a healthy circle that benefits both the individual and government. It's a win-win situation.
The second short-term intervention is the increase of transparency. For the moment, there's only like about 40% of the people living in Europe were voting for the European Parliament elections. And the main reason why that is that there is a lack of information. There's not enough information available for the citizens about the European Parliament elections itself, about European parties, about the politicians who are participating to the elections. And thirdly, European citizens don't really know what European Parliament means for them in their daily life. There is a survey done by the European Commission, and they actually asked if there was more information available, would you go and vote for the European elections? And you can very clearly see like 80% of the people would go and vote if there's more information available. So how can you make that information available? I'm from Belgium, and at the start of my education, I got the history of Belgium. I got a lot of information about Belgium, but why wasn't I not taught about like Europe? If people get taught in Europe like about the European Parliament at a young age, they will be more committed, and that will actually like give them more willingness to go and vote and to be more connected with European Parliament. The next short-term intervention is media. The media is obviously a very, very important tool. When we talk about media, what we mean is that we need to create a portrait about Europe as a community. So far, it hasn't been done yet. That slide here, that picture is a picture of the European Parliament website, and you can see that they already started integrating the people, the Parliament and you. The media campaign is launched, but they have to go deeper, they have to go farther. They have to focus on the good things. Europe is a good place to live. Europe is a very good place to invest in, and we should be proud of being Europeans. How come that the media doesn't focus on that? We need to have the media focusing more on the good things about Europe to show them that Europe is a good place to be and that you should be proud of being a European. Vikar is going to walk us through the medium-term and long-term interventions there.
The European Union should realize that financial crisis is not the end of the world. They should focus on more areas that provide the growth opportunities, which can be proved from this graph. If you see, right from 2007 until 2012, the foreign trade actually went down drastically. This is due to the reason that European Union is considered as a closed group. So in order for them to have a speed up recovery from the crisis, it's very important that they provide favorable, they become more open to the foreign investors by providing favorable environment that promotes regulations that attract foreign investors. We narrowed down few strategies, but due to time constraints, we'll be focusing on few of them, like few of them, that will help European Union get back from the crisis. What we believe is regulation is something that is not responsible. Based on research, we found that the part of the crisis was responsible because of the regulations. We believe that there were some loopholes that were forgotten or ignored over the period of time, which is why the crisis happened. So instead of devising a new mechanism or regulation, European Union should focus their efforts on the present regulation, try to analyze what are the possible factors that led to the crisis from the regulation perspective, and work on them and create a framework that will fit the overall European Union rather than individual countries as a whole. Next, short-term, medium to long-term intervention, we would like to say about internal markets. Even today, if you notice, majority of the European Union nations, they have their own trade structures, different trade regulations. This is creating a lot of hierarchical difficulties for countries to trade. Let's say if the Belgium wants to trade with Germany, they have to go through all those processes, which is delaying the economic progress. This is one of the reasons why they should come up with a unified foreign trade program, which will help them break down all the hierarchy and promote free trade without any hassles. We also believe that multilateral and bilateral trade negotiations are important. Post-financial crisis, majority of the economies around the globe, they were following strict measures to have control over the budget and trade deficit. So European Union should come up with a strong trade program which is more open to the international market rather than just focusing on the union as a whole. And this will lead to the growth of liberalization in Europe. So we believe that multilateral and bilateral trade negotiation will enable Europe to have greater access of more and more growing and emerging markets throughout the world.
And then just to sum up kind of what we've already said, obviously there's a lot of work to be done, and we're far away from perfect. But it's time for the European leaders to realize that it's not only about the money, the economy, the financials, but that there's a huge human aspect that needs to be taken into consideration. People want to see that there's hope. People want to see a light at the end of the tunnel, and the European leaders need to work together to find a way to win back the trust of their people. The only way they can possibly do that is by showing that there's growth taking place. And obviously the three main things we've highlighted, they need to kind of focus on wealth generation. They need to focus on creating an environment that's favorable for foreign direct investment. And then finally, where in the education system can we find loopholes or places where we can make fundamental changes that is going to help carry Europe to be the united Europe that we see. And that's it. So any questions?